needs to start and complete a research project in order to graduate from this residency program. And I just remember thinking to myself, this sounds like a complete waste of time to me. How does performing research really make me a highly skilled emergency physician? It just doesn't add up to me. So I decided to make an appointment with Dr. David Olson, my program director, and I suggested to Dr. Olson that perhaps it might be a good idea for him to allow me to opt out of completing this research requirement. He looked at me and thought, you know, John, I could also opt out of including you in the residency, and that there is no way you will ever graduate from this residency program until you complete this research project, which made it crystal clear to me that I needed to complete one. As it turned out, Dr. Jim Mateer had just returned from Germany in 1991 after completing a one-year fellowship there, or sabbatical there, learning the uses of point-of-care ultrasound. Dr. Mateer was one of the first American physicians to grasp the utility and power of point-of-care ultrasonography. After meeting with Dr. Mateer, I set out to conduct an ambitious prospective study analyzing the proficiency of emergency physicians for performing the FAST exam, which was actually a term that hadn't yet been coined at the time, so we called it the rapid trauma ultrasound exam. The project became a labor of love for me. Not only did I learn how to apply point-of-care ultrasonography in the emergency department setting, I also learned all the fundamentals of research, coming up with a hypothesis, developing a sound methodology, collecting and analyzing the data, writing up the abstract, presenting the abstract at a scientific congress, and finally completing and revising the final manuscript. When it was published in the Journal of Trauma in 1995, it ended up being the first The experience piqued my interest in research and led me to pursue a career in academic emergency medicine. To this day, I shudder to think, what would have happened if my residency director had allowed me to opt out of performing the research project? So, if you're looking to improve the world, be prepared to say yes when opportunities come up, even if they sound painful at first. And this leads me to a second important lesson. Conducting scientific research should have a lot of entertainment value for you. The topics in emergency medicine are so diverse. So perform some deep soul searching and figure out what truly excites you. When medical students are conducting mitochondrial analysis on rats in a laboratory setting, certainly basic science is important, but it's not the only option. Emergency physicians are deeply interested in the clinical care of their patients. So find a clinical area of focus that you can work on and that you're really passionate about. It should just be something that it should be thrilling to review and analyze the data, and presenting the results of your study in an abstract, as many of you are doing at this Congress, is a big deal, and you should be proud of what you're doing. You should feel a sense of accomplishment for presenting your abstract. Gather the feedback that you receive after you present your abstract. Develop the habit of writing every single day. A few years ago, I just kind of noticed that most scientific papers averaged approximately 180 sentences per paper.